An overview of the eVTOL landscape. Today, the 15th of February 2022, we learned that Joby is teaming up with ANA to bring flying taxis to Japan. Joby and ANA Holdings Inc. will work together to bring aerial ride sharing to Japan for the first time, according to a statement on Monday, the 14th of February 2022. The move reflects Joby's strategy to team up with local companies to launch its services in markets outside the US. The startup and the airline will work together on infrastructure development, pilot training, flight operations, and air traffic management. Electric air taxis are coming closer to reality as the first wave of designs reach maturity and developers turn to market for funding. A wave of deals with airlines and lessors in the sector over the past year means competition is heating up to ink agreements. So the eVTOL segment is emerging against the backdrop of change in the aerospace and defense industries, putting pressure on aircraft manufacturers to meet and preferably beat program costs and scheduled targets. In addition, commercial business and defense customers expect modern platforms to satisfy the demand of increasingly complex missions, and they need innovative capabilities delivered quickly and cost effectively. To succeed in this demanding environment, aerospace and defense platform OEMs must work with a global network of suppliers and implement increased platform electrification. For example, hybrid electro-hydraulic actuation systems are necessary for building lighter and more reliable aircraft, such as air taxi. And actuation systems are the elements of control systems that facilitates adjustments of flight control surfaces like elevators, rudders, ailerons, flaps, slats, and spoilers. So all-weather synthetic vision can only be accomplished with multiple electronic systems working together, and while electrification can add advanced capabilities to an aircraft, it leads to increased complexity during development, platform integration, and certification. Adding to the pressure, eVTOL aircrafts aren't just more electric, they are all electric. That E in that eVTOL means electric. Their inclusion of electric propulsion adds another layer of system complexity, while battery limitations impacts performance. Certification procedures are still being defined and are evolving rapidly. To make matters worse, eVTOL OEMs will likely outsource substantial portions of aircraft development, and subcontractors will need to quickly receive and act on evolving manufacturing information. Manual interpretation and data transfer will be an obstacle, as it can be a costly, time-consuming, and error-prone process. Taken together, these trends have escalated program risks substantially, and aircraft manufacturers are struggling to minimize program costs and embarrassing overruns while staying on schedule. These challenges are particularly acute in the eVTOL market segment, as startups in this space rely heavily on investor funding. A missed project milestone can put a company's viability with investors at risk. If such a company is a publicly listed one, and such a milestone is missed, it can lead to huge declines in the price of those company's stock. Take the case of Virgin Galactic that postponed its commercial flights to the fourth quarter of this year, 2022. The stock has plunged more than 86%. Given that missed milestone, given that postponement. So California-based Joby is developing a 5-seater aircraft with a maximum range of 150 miles and a top speed of 200 miles per hour. The company hopes to produce its first aircraft this year, 2022, with entry into service expected by 2024. And today, in this session of the 15th of February 22, we can see that the price of the stock crossed above its 50-day moving average. So its price rose through the 50-day moving average of $5.82 on above average volume. You can see that it's above the 50-day moving average, and that can be a positive sign. That can be a positive sign, and it wasn't the case in the previous session. Yes, in the previous session, it had actually cooled off from the closing price of $5.08. So it has now exceeded its previous close, and this is its highest close since early December of last year, 2021. So right now, as things stand, JOBY stock appears to be rallying within a longer term bearish trend, driving its MACD above the signal line. However, the shares remain below a declining 200-day moving average, signifying that the dominant trend remains low. It's also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for JOBY, as measured by 14-period slow stochastic oscillators, waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in the recent purchases, even though it rallied today, and may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. That's quite contradictory. The volume for this session was heavier than usual, trading 18.316 million shares versus an average of 2.829 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term selling pressure has given way to near term selling pressure by traders. So, okay, near term selling pressure by traders has given way to near term accumulation. At the same time as well, it seems also that buyers are not as aggressive as they were before. Investors are less aggressive in the recent purchases. Okay, so even with this heavy volume, it's still not construed as being aggressive. Okay, well, the stock is on the move, and Joby Aviation is in the eVTOL segment, and they are emerging against the backdrop of changes in aerospace and defense industries, putting the pressure on aircraft manufacturers to meet and preferably beat program costs and schedule targets. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.